Alright folks, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to another Twitch live stream right here on my channel, DZPalomino. If you haven't subscribed, why haven't you subscribed yet? Super duper easy. If you're watching the rerun on my YouTube channel, watch it as many times as you want. You're watching the second playlist episode of the game that we are going to play for this episode. That is The Chase. And playing it on the phone, it's the Chase World Tour. So as the game progresses, we'll go to different locations. So with that being said, if you want to support this channel, links are at the bottom of your screen. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or if you currently don't have the space to support at the moment, top of your screen, you can download the app, Amber. We could be virtual business Bitcoin mining partners. Free Satoshi 24/7. Play, win, earn. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and be quiet. And let's get started. We are playing The Chase, and for this second playlist episode or Twitch live streaming video, whichever platform you are watching, we will be playing The Chase in London. Let's get started. Couple rounds. We'll start off with Cash Builder. $10,000. Yeah, just like the first episode. Yeah, I think on the first cash bout on the last episode I got 10,000, but some of these questions might seem so basic, but you're tackling the time limit, which is just like you don't, depending on how many words are in a question. It's like you'll go through faster if you just read it with your eyes and actually read it out loud, because I feel like I'll spend more time reading it out loud than actually trying to answer the question. You know, it would probably defeat the purpose of trying to get as big of a ward as possible. Alright. Boogie. What is the song from one and one? Oh Jesus. Three times better. Alrighty then. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to The Chase. We're going to make it as fun as possible and maximize the rewards. got these two. Starting offer. All right. What do you think? Let's see. I'm gonna go with the Vixen. 100,000, 20,000, $500,000, plus 50K. Let's take it up a notch compared to the last episode. In aviation, the tips of the wings are an aeroplane are designed to point upwards. For what reason? Alright. No. Got that wrong too. Robert Louis Stevenson called what city a dream in masonry and living rock? This is the plus you get that you don't get in the TV show. 3 pushback advantages. Okay. The US TV series House of Cards, Veep, and The West Wing are mainly set in what city? Which of these Apple products was first launched most recently? Most recently? AirPods. Yeah. I mean, AirPods to me, it's like they're just wireless earphones. Somebody told me one time, like, oh, they have a name. I was like, yeah, AirPods, come on. In what play does the Prince of Denmark refer to life as this mortal coil? The group of Native American tribes known as the Sioux had one other name. Yep. In the rhyme, what are made of frogs and snails and puppy dog tails? Alright, my last pushback advantage. The Nelson Mandela Bay Giants is a cricket team for what country? Air traveling from the mouth to the lungs passes through which of these tubes? Easy. In 1689, John Dryden became the only person ever to be sacked from what post? Wow, got that wrong too. What animals were trained to sort and crack nuts for the film Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Animals were trained to sort. When I think of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Gene Wilder, not Johnny Depp. But sorry, Johnny Depp, if you're out there, can't replace Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder was the original. Alrighty, folks, we are moving on to the final chase. A head start, huh? No. Which of these birds were famous? In America, which of these is a common word for a tornado? Twister. In South Korea, what is the Hangul? Jim Carrey played which of these characters on film first? Ventura. Which of these founding fathers were never U.S. president? Jefferson, Franklin. Which type of trousers were usually worn by Tintin? Which of these is a real tit? Caspian tit. Which of these was a real Hollywood film star? Victor Mature. Which brand of soup cans did Andy Warhol favor in his work? Which of these clothing brands is Japanese? Which of these football players made a FIFA World Cup? Which color is the flesh of the cantaloupe? Which of these does a snake shed regularly? Skin. Which of these Hitchcock films was shot in black and white? Psycho. Which of these songs was a hit earlier from the Beatles? Was the Egyptian god of the sky? Fruit. Nut. Which of these is not a citrus fruit? Which of these natural elements is a trefoil? Which feature of a house can be described as man's roof? Okay. Which of these superheroes was told kneel before Zion? Superman. Ooh, good spot. I think I'm going up against the historian expert. Oh, come on, that's too easy. Ooh. I do have an advantage. I only get to have one in the final chase. Let's do it. In cookery, agar is a vegetarian substitute for what? Gelatin. What type of creature is a yellow-bellied sapsucker? Ooh. Sapsucker. I think it's a wasp. No, woodpecker. I actually don't see a woodpecker. But okay, we'll roll with it. Alright. Trivia was a goddess in what ancient mythology? Egyptian. It's not Egyptian? I would have said Egyptian too. Yes, okay, Roman. What is the name of the assassin in Killing Eve? Stinking Rose is a nickname for what culinary ingredient? Garlic. Detective Hercule Poirot retired to grow what vegetables? Yes. Radishes. Marrows. No. Something that is cancrene resembles what? Crustaceans. Not my department of knowledge. How many aces are there in a standard pack of playing cards? Come on, that's too easy. How many people made up the Act of the Righteous Brothers? Nigel lost his first book, had the title How to Eat. A sidewinder is a species of which creature? Which flat jockey was born in Milan in December 1970? A Norfolk jacket is traditionally made from what material? What type of dish is a rag out? Come on! On a boat, what are sheets, painters, and lines? Ropes. In nature, what is a shagbark hickory? Yes, I know it's general knowledge, but you give them all the easy ones. How many aces are in a deck of cards? Come on! Alrighty, folks. Pretty much I gotta start from scratch here, but we're having fun so far. So we're gonna have to play the chase all over again, and then we'll do one more final chase and probably call it. So I have between the Menace and the Tiger Mom. The Menace. Well, we didn't come here for nothing. We came here to either go big or go home. With that being said, counting out loud from 1 upwards. At what number do the lips first fully press together? In the world of antiques, Astbury ware is a variety of what? Silverware. Man. Pottery. Not my department of knowledge. The Little Tramp was the on-screen persona on which silent film comedian? Well, I have to say Chaplin. Got it. What children's race involves a piece of cutlery and something you get from a chicken? Ooh. Jake Humphrey's book, The Inside Track, is about the world of what motorsport? I think it's Formula One. Alright. Cool. Which of these composers lived his entire life in the 18th century? Ooh. He got it wrong. Ooh. In which of these therapies is an ice bath most likely to be used? I think it's cryotherapy. Got it. One to go. the Arabian Nights, a genie is summoned by when Aladdin rubs what object? Come on, are you kidding me? Alrighty, folks, let's do it. Oh boy, that's a whole lot of cash. Let's get a head start. See where this goes. Okay. Stand by me. Oh. Scooter is a character from which of these things? The Muppets. Which of these do you need to play bridge playing cards? Which of these crystals has an end pin? Yeah. Which part of an egg is used when making meringue? Peter Pan. Snooker, keys, archers, nickel, hardwood, ash. Who's the vocals on Daft Punk's Get Lucky? Pharrell Williams. All right. Ooh, playing against I forgot his name. The Sinner or the Sinner Man? Which game was bought by the New York Times in 2002? Which perfect imaginary land is the opposite of a dystophy? And what part of the body are the Rosian canals? Canadian Kirk Stevens is a famous name in what sport? Who dies at the end of Moby Dick? Oh man. Captain Ahab. I'm vaguely familiar with that. What was the name of Kid Creole's backing group, the Coconuts? Which newspapers coined the word Seraphagate in 1906? The Daily Telegraph. In anatomy, how else is the cardiovascular system known? Palomino. Cardiovascular. Yes, circulatory system. In what city is the Supreme Court situated? Come on. What color was not on a original Rubik's Cube? White. Original Rubik's Cube? Black. The Boston Tea Party occurred during which monarch's reign? Dang, don't know that one, huh? All hail King George. Go for this. Dang. Frigophobia. 15. Baked beans are traditionally served in what flavor sauce? Tomato. As in the phrase, damp squib, what is a squib in ancient Rome? What was the cloaca? Maxima? No, I don't think sports arena. I think it was a coliseum. You got the question wrong, man. No. Where do pineapples grow? In trees. Oh, wait. Oh. What a load of crap. Turmeric is a member of what large family of plants? I think it's ginger. It is ginger. The name of the skateboard trick 900 refers to degrees. Come on. 850K. Let me have it. Ooh, I don't know this one. No, I really don't think it's LA. Exactly. Alrighty, folks, that just about ended. That was pretty fun. 850K, almost a million. Alrighty, guys, thanks for watching.